Hello guys, welcome to weekly outlook here on DXY, the pound, USD and gold. Quickly starting off with the DXY, last week we saw price break below this region into the regions of 103, and I was expecting the pullback to the support lines here on 104 so we can continue to the downside, and we saw price come all the way to these regions here. Now I'm beginning to feel like this is a fake out. The reason is because if you slide down to the daily time frame here, we see price broke into this region and broke back up into that region. So more or less looking at this like a week, if we are to analyze these two candles, okay, and that means that it is still holding the whole of this region as support. Just putting that into consideration. Now on the 4 hours time frame, we see a little support resistant line here. I can draw it this way, so we have more like a support here. Okay, so look at exactly what I'm looking out for. There's a huge consideration that we might see price at the beginning of market open to see price come all the way to this region. Okay, all right, we might see price continue to the downside, but maybe break a little bit back here, retest this neckline, come back here and continue to the downside. Possible. Now we also have a situation whereby we can see price come back here and form something like an inverse head and shoulder. So head 1, head 2, and then we'll continue to the upside, coming back to break this as a neckline, and then we'll continue to the upside. And lastly, we might see price just break up above these regions, retest, and then we'll continue to the upside. I usually don't like weeks, the weeks where I see a situation in 3 possible scenarios. So the thing is, if price comes into this region and reject, we just sell. We're selling to hope to see price come at least to these regions of 104. At this region, you might want to break even and see if price can continue to the downside. Break even and take some partials if that's okay. If it continues down, making new lows, fine, we're in profit. If it doesn't and then start to bounce off this region, you might want to close or wait to see your trade get to break even, although you've already taken partials. Then lastly, we will be looking out for potential buys if price comes back to break these regions of 104.50. If price break that region, we're looking for a retest of that region, and then we can continue to the upside. Although if price starts to reject here, you can possibly go in for a buy with a little stop loss below. It doesn't hurt if you get if you lose the trade, particularly this one. You can add more trades if price starts to create new highs and new lows, higher highs and higher lows, of course. Okay, so that's that for DXY. So more or less, I'm anticipating 1 downside and possibly 2 up movements, and if that's the case, it means expecting 1 up up movement here and a possible 2 down movement here. The reason here is, okay, look at how price is right now. So might just want to slide to draw something like this right now, 2 scenario. At market open, I might anticipate price to continue to the upside, all right, coming to equal these highs or continue to the upside, or we might want to see price come here and form something like a head and shoulder pattern, which might invariably start to pull down. Okay, lastly, we might see price to come back into these regions of 1.2875 before going to the upside. So want to put this like this, and then that anticipation should be to see price come into these regions or just play around these regions before it continues to the upside. Okay, let me pull this one out, and the other one is to see possible price movement to this region, and then we might see a head and shoulder pattern, and then we'll see price pull back to these regions. Now the confluences here on pound USD is a possibility that price had made this low and made this high, and this is our 50% retracement region, which we could see price start going up from, or we might see price come into 61.8 region, which is this possible pull down to this region before continuation to the upside. right? And then that's that with using this Fibonacci retracement. All take profits should come all the way to 1.31 regions. Okay, then when I take this off, once I take that off, then we might see something like this is a head. This is this is a head. This is two shoulders. Might form a head and shoulder patterns to start coming down to retest these regions of 1.2796, which is this one. Okay, so it's a week where you have to pay attention and see what price is doing, so we can see the exact thing you want to trade. And lastly, here is a gold. I draw this upward trend line, and possibility here is trade. Gold is quite simple to undertake. Market open, we look for opportunities to. What was that? I might want to take this out a little bit. What's going on? I might just want to take this off. Okay, so basically I might just be looking out for price to continue from these regions at market open, at least all the way back up to the previous new high here. Well, if price decides to break below this region here, we might see price come all the way to 23.56. Very easy, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm anticipating for gold. So the possibility of continuation back, or at least to these regions of 2,450, and then maybe bounce back, you know, play around. So both, I'm looking for buys here, maybe form like a double bottom here. Let's see on the 1 hour time frame if anything is forming. Looks good. Let's see what happens around here. You know, first day, like Monday, before the end of Monday, we'll see what happens. If price breaks below, pay attention to how it breaks below. If there's a good retest, then we might just sell off to the bottom of 23.50. Okay, that's that for that, and I'll see you guys for a weekly recap during the weekends. Make sure you back some peeps this week, and enjoy. Ciao.